This is more than what they ever see. Play that play, looking by a gold, put me in the gas. Born in 91, popping 93. Winter rain, steady still hard like a nectar rain. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever see. Play that play, looking by a gold, put me in the gas. Born in 91, popping 93. Winter rain, steady still hard like a nectar rain. But I keep it clean. For real, I'm the move with myself with this pride, man. I'm too legit. I'm the dumbest that can't hold me back. Trying to check my check. I'm on my way, but my plate really busy. Really in the step. Taking the check me out when you doubt. I'm gonna make my bread. I'll never lose niggas who is sufficient. Know we all hope we gon' niggas slick on my shit. Pop my shit. I'm roasting this shit greasy. She don't like the message. I get wisdom. I'm just rude as season. Tell my time, but not too much. They kill me. I know talk is cheap. I'm controlling it from a distance. This how it's supposed to be. Giving what she never had. Now she can't get over me. I understand they don't want a man, they just want company. Shorty know I'm all about my gravy, trying to smother me. Get from under me. I ain't had no silver spoon. This shit come from underneath. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tell them. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tell them. This is more than what they ever see. Play that thing, living by a gold, put me in the gas. Born in 91, popping 93. Winter rain, steady still hard like a nectar rain. But I keep it. This is more than what they ever see. Play that thing, living by a gold, put me in the gas. Born in 91, popping 93. Winter rain, steady still hard like a nectar rain. But I keep it clean out.
Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barak Atham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Alatham Hashem Yahushai to all the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Commandant holding it down from Southern California. Today is the Lashawan Qadash. First of all, we are the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana since 1969. We've been defending the truth. We've been teaching the truth, and we've been saying that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So Lashawan Qadash, this is going to be a continuation from last week's class. We went into 100 common verbs, and we're going to continue from that. Again, Lashawan Qadash, it's our ethnic language given to us by God, not given to us by the oppressor. What we speak today, the English, the Spanish, the brothers in Brazil, right, they speak Portuguese. Brothers in the islands, they speak like French and what have you, right? Those languages were given to us by the oppressor, by the force of the sword. And we're going to go back and take our language, which people who call themselves the God's chosen people, right, which are not. That's what the Bible says. And they're the Jewish men, right? They are imposters, and they have taken our ethnic language and they have watered it down with their own German, Russian, and other languages that they have mixed in with the Hebrew, right? They don't know what the shield. They don't know what the shield of David means, right? This is the shield of King David, and every time they see a black man or a so-called Hispanic man with the shield of David, they want to find out if we're born in Israel, right? A Chinese man is born in America, he does not stop being Chinese or Japanese, right? Just because we're no longer in our motherland, right, which is Israel, does not mean that we're not the people of that land, right? So again, we're going to take our language back. This is where you learn how to write your language, how to pronounce your language, and we're going to dive into that. So this is the Lashawan Qadash with the Lord. Everything's done from the right hand to the left, right? The oppressor, he does everything opposite of the Lord because he hates the Lord. So Lashawan Qadash, the upper characters you see here are the ancient characters. Then we have the Assyrian, and we will be reading it. If I was to write it out so you could pronounce it, if you didn't know, right? This is how you would read it, right? You have the la, you have a sha, the wa, so like if the wa and the na are joined together, which pronounce one, and then we have a qua, we have a da and a sha that are come together. Here, what you have, these are connectors, right? These connectors here let you know if the character is pronounced alone or if they're joined together, it creates a new pronunciation. No longer are they a wa and a na, now it's one. No longer is it a da and a sha, it's dash, right? So we have a da and a sha, which makes pronounced dash. Lashawan Qadash, which in the English it would translate to Lashawan, comes from the root word Lashan, which is tongue, right? What does a tongue do? It creates um, so like the language. Then you have Qadash. Qadash is which, according to the Bible, not according to religious leaders, right? Qadash means holy, which it means to be separate or set apart. So this is a language that is separate or set apart unto so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? So let me get this eraser. We're gonna go into the characters, and then we're gonna pronounce the characters. That's a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka. La, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. Now in the Assyrian, a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka. So like a Ka. Ka. Let me see. La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Taza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. So these are the both ancient and the Assyrian characters. So we're gonna pronounce these. The water for tuning in. If you guys could like, share, and subscribe. Shalom to the sister from Rancho Cucamonga. Shalom to the brother, also from Rancho Cucamonga. Shalom. Yabashim Yahushua Barakatah to the brother. Yahweh Shemalatam Bashim Yahushua to the sister. So this is, first off, A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta. So like when you pronounce the Ka, because it's gonna sound like the Ka, right? It's gonna come off vibration from the throat, right? So Ka, right? My name is Kamada, but we are a people of slang, and so it might roll off as Kamada, right? But you want to make sure that you distinguish the difference between the Ka and the Ka, right? So Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta. So like if I'm going a little bit too fast, I'll slow it down. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta. Now, there's 22 characters in the ancient, and there's 27 characters in the Assyrian. So there's extra 5 characters, which you see doubles, right? The oppressor, he adds dots, right? This is the characters that the oppressor uses. When you go buy a Torah or a Tanakh, you'll find the Torah or the Tanakh in these characters. You won't find it in these characters here, right? But we still pronounce these characters like the ancient characters because that's the proper pronunciation. But the oppressor, he would add dots and lines. He altered or watered down our language, right? Because he pronounces our characters with vowels like like O and U. All right, so that's garbage. But we still pronounce the Syrian characters like the ancient characters. Now I mentioned that there's 5 extra characters in the Assyrian, which it's the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and taza. So these characters that I have underlined with the red are going to be seen at the beginning or middle of a word. Right, so for Sabbath service tomorrow, right? This is the class that sets you up for Sabbath service. But today I'm going into the continuation of the 100 common verbs. But this class is supposed to set you up for Sabbath service. Usually we go into scriptures that are going to be read tomorrow. We don't go into everything, right? But I just like to choose some of the scriptures and get them in the Hebrew, and then translate them into the get the meanings of words, so you can get familiar with the words and pronunciation, right? But so again, you have this is what you will see if you have a Tanakh, which I have, and if you have any. Salakia, this is a class, right? This is a school. Salakia, let me find my. So you want to have your tools. Salakia, bear with me. I'm trying to get my Torah, so you know what I'm talking about. Just like any school, you have your books, you invest, right? You want to get your credits. You want to get your credits. You do it for the oppressor, right? You go and you buy books. Do the same for your inheritance, right? So this right here is what you will have a Hebrew to English Bible, which is the Tanakh, the Torah, right? And so again, right, is using the Assyrian characters, right? But in here, you're going to learn how to pronounce the Hebrew properly. All right, so if you want to invest and get ahead in your learning, do so. Don't wait. Right, and this is right here is something that's you can hand it down to your children, right, and hand it down through generations. Right, we always want to hold on to our grandmother's Bibles, but it was never opened. They never learned it properly, right? So this is something that you should learn so you could teach your children as well, because this is our inheritance, right? So now, going back to the 5 characters, the same character, the ka. I'm gonna underline this in the blue. The ma, the na, pa, taza. These characters in the blue underline are only going to be seen and used. They're only going to be written and read at the end of a word. Right? So the red underlined characters are going to be written and read at the end, at the beginning or middle of a word, and the blue underlined characters are only going to be written and read at the end of a word. Right? So again, 22 characters, 25 characters for this reason. Now we have 5 double characters. Nonetheless, you still read it the same, but you want to make sure you are able to identify them, because we have a da and the ka, right? It almost looks similar. Let me see what else looks similar. The na might look sort of similar to the wa, right? So you want to be able to know the difference, So I'm gonna leave this up while I get the 100. Where we continue the 100 common verbs. All right. So last week we went into, I believe it was like 30. We got a list of 30. Now we're gonna do continue the list. 100 common verbs. So what I do, I write them out in the Hebrew. How did I do it last week? I believe I wrote it out in the Hebrew, and then Assyrian, and I give you the meaning. All right, so we're gonna start off with this is 31. 31, which is Shayam. Shah. Salakia. Shayam. Shayam. So if you can't see it, Salakia, you're able, if you're on your phone, you're able to zoom in and see it. All right, I'm trying to do it as bold as I can. Shayam. In the Assyrian, this is how you will write it. Shayam. Shayam. Then I'll write it down here. So Shayam, and I'm gonna write it. If you was to be reading it, it's spelled like this: Shayam, and it means set in place. Set in place. Okay, that's what I did. So I gave you the when you look it up, right? You could go to blueletterbible.org. And the blueletterbible.org is a tool that we use where you can get the scriptures in the Hebrew, right? And so you can know. That's why we use the King James Bible, because when you look it up, the King James Version Bible is the closest to the Hebrew, right? So when you look it up, it gives you a code, a word code, which is H, and you can look it up. H, right? The H stands for Hebrew. This will be 7760. 7760. So when you type that in, H7760 is gonna take you to Shayam, and then when you look it up, let me show you. Let me turn this around. Salakia, let me go to H7760. Type it up. So let me share this. Share screen. This is the blueletterbible.org or the lexicon. Let me make this do it like that. Okay. So it tells you Shayam. So like it. What's the word? Is that 7760? Salakia. Let me look something up real quick. Maybe I wrote it wrong. Shayam. Shalom. Okay, Salakia, it's Shawam. Let me correct this on the board and then we'll come back. So I'm gonna correct this on the board. Shah. Shawam. Shawam, which is set in place. Right. So when we go to the blue letter Bible, let me go back. Right, you see here H Strong's H7760 Shawam, which is tell you to put, make, set, lay. Right, to put, place, set. So that's to set in place, to put in place. All right, so let's go back. It's also so to set in place. To put. So like to put, set. All right, so it's to, oh, we already have set, so it's set in place to put. All right, so it's to put in place, set in place. All right. Shawam. Let's continue. 32. Shana. Shana. And this is H8130. This is Shah. Shana. All right. Let's see. Shana. 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 Like it. And this is to hate. Or hate. Or hate. To hate. All right. So Shana. Shana. That's in the Assyrian. Strong's H8130. Shana is a pronunciation. Hate or to hate. Hate or to hate. Okay. All right. So the next one, right? A lot of Christians believe that God don't hate, but it's in the Bible. God does hate. There's 6 things he hates, right? And overall, if you go to the Old Testament, you're gonna find that God hates in the book of Malachi. He hates over all the nations. There's one nation in particular that he hates. And when you go into the New Testament, and you go to Revelations, it says, as it is written, right? I'm just paraphrasing. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So God hates in the Bible. All right. So the New Testament is referencing the Old Testament. Why? Because they go hand in hand. The Old Testament was never done away with. Christ himself said, as it is written, right? Paul, Peter, they all said as it was written. There's another term that they use. It's not as it was written, as it is written. There's another one that it says, Salaki. I can't recall it right now. Right? Why do you find that in the New Testament? Because they were teaching the Old Testament. That's what they had when they were living. Why? Because the Old Testament is still the Old Testament is basically the Old Testament is never done away with, right? Let's go to 33. 33. This is Yashai. Ya. Yashai. This is Ya. Yashai. And this is H. 3, 4, 6, 7. And it's written like this. Ya. Salakia. Yashai. Yashai, which means rescue. Rescue. All right, so let's look it up also. 3, 4, 6, 7. All right, rescue or to deliver. To deliver. Rescue to deliver. Go to 34. We'll look that up. Rescue to deliver. Page 3467. Hold on, what's going on here? Okay, so when you look it up, I typed it in here in the search bar. Yashai, right? Yashai. It says save, savior, deliver, help, right? Preserve, salvation. To save, be delivered. Right? So rescue to deliver. Yashai. That's what you have. Christ's name is Yahushai. He's a deliverer. Let's go back. 34. Next word is Kawan. Ka. Kawan. Ka. Kawan. All right, this is H 3559. H3559. Kawan. Kawan is fixed. Fixed. Let's see what else. Fixed or also to be firm. To be firm. Right? Kawan, to be firm. Let's look this up. We're just gonna keep going back and forth. Let me look. H 3559. Kawan, prepare, establish, ready, right? To be firm, be stable, established, right? To be set up, be established, be fixed, right? Fixed, to be firm, right? When you fix something, it's firm. Right? And that's what a lot of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need. We need to be fixed so we could be firm in our spirit. Right now, our spirit is not congruent with the lifestyle that we live. That's the reason why we find ourselves in hell. Because the spirit that we live is not congruent. So like, because the lifestyle, so like the lifestyle that we live is not congruent with our spirit. And we find ourselves in a low condition. That's what hell is. Right? And we need to fix ourselves so our spirit can be firm. 35. We have Kala. Kala. This is H 3680. Kala, and that's finish. So like finish. All right. Let's see. 3, 6, 80. $36.80. Oh, so like it. That's 15. Kala. That's finished to be complete. To be complete. Let's say accomplish. Accomplish. All right. Let's go back. So when we look this up, let's type of this, type it in the search bar. Strong's H3615. So kala, all right, tells you it can be used in the following manner: consume 57 times, and finish, fail, what have you. So to accomplish, right? That's what we said. Finish, accomplish, complete, right? So to accomplish, seize, consume, determine, end, fail, finish, be complete. Right? So when you look up these words in the Blue Letter Bible, is going to give you the way the Strongs in the way that is translated in the following manner. All right, and then it has the biblical usage underneath it, right? And you can read the definition and what have you. When we look it up, that's what it is. Let's continue. You're 36. Next word is kasa. Kasa. That's 3680 H 3680. You spell this lock in. Kasa. And that is conceal. Conceal. Let's see. Right? Or to cover. Conceal, to cover. Right? That's like to hide. Let's back here. So 3680. Salakia. We gotta put H 3680. Otherwise, it's gonna give you the Greek. H 3680 kasa. Right? So it's in the way it's used in the following manners: cover, hide, conceal, covering. All right, to cover, conceal, hide. All right, I'll put it in there. Hide. Hide. I'll leave this up, and then we'll get the next set. So lock it. I think the camera moved. Something like that. So lock it. Trying to fix the camera angle. Kind of moved on me. I think that's too wild. So the next set. Where am I? 37. This is Karath. Karath. Karath, and that's H3772. Karath, and that's cut. Cut. Three, 772. Cut. To cut off. To cut off. Cut down. Right? Karath. Let's look that up real quick. Right? This is a word that fits the oppressor, because prophecy says that the oppressor will be cut off after 1,000 years of serving bondage. H3772. Karath. Cut off, make, cut down, cut, right? Destroy. So to cut, cut off, cut down. Cut off a body part, cut out, eliminate, kill, cut a covenant. Right? So the oppressor, and this word fits him perfectly because he cut a covenant. He sold this covenant to his brother Jacob, Esau, right? We're talking about Esau, who is the progenitor of the oppressor. He sold this covenant, right? His inheritance to Jacob. And that's the reason why he will be cut off. Because he has shown us nothing but hatred, which the Bible says he's a habitual hater. The Bible says that he has shown perpetual hatred, which is habitual, continual. Let's go back. So like I'm just trying to go back and forth to make it entertaining. So the next word. Next word. 38. That's Kathab. 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 H3789. Kathab, that's right. Right. Right, just to right. Right to right. Kathab. Kathab. Right? Describe, subscribe, record it, write up. So subscribe. All right. So if I say Kathab, Baba Kasha, that means subscribe, please. Subscribe to our channel, man. Right? Every platform. Go to YouTube, Hollywood Israelites. Go on Facebook, ISUPK SoCal, and subscribe. So it's to write, record, right? Oh, Salakia, I'm using it in the wrong. This is to subscribe. That means like to scribe something. Salakia. To write, inscribe, engrave, right? This is like a pertaining to a writer or a scholar. Let's go. 39. This is Lakam. La Kham. Lakam. Lakam. This is H. $38.98. La Kham. That's fight. Right? Fight. do battle. All right, do battle. To fight, do battle. Come. That's why every so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American should be doing. We should be fighting against America's lifestyle. H 3898. Right? Fight to war, make war. To fight, do battle, make war. Let me put that one in there. Make war. All right, here. Make war. So fight, make war, do battle. 30, so like a 40. This is La Quack. La Quack H 3947. La Quack, and that's take. $39.47. All right, to take. Let's see what else we could. What other meaning? So like I didn't. So La Quack. That's H 3947. Right, to take, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize, receive, buy, bring, marry. Right, so it's just to take in hand. So it's an action that you do with your hand. Right, so fake Israelites will use this word where it says to mean lay hold of, right? Because they want to grape a woman. That is against the word of God. You cannot take a woman by force, right? And if you take a woman by force, you are weak, right? So that's not lay hold of, right? Because I believe that's the word that it uses where it says, just paraphrasing, a man lay hold of a woman, and that's not what it means. Lay hold, and so like I'm not gonna get into that. That's not what we're going into. But this is taking something. All right, let's so like I was supposed to show this. All right, so right here is La Quack All right, so it tells you the following manner in which it's translated. Right, take 747 times, or receive. Right, take away. But the biblical usage is to take. Let's go to the next word. One. This one is Mawath. Mawath. Okay. Mawath. H4191. Mawath. And that's die. Die. Let's see what else we got. Right, to die. Or to die. See, Slovakia. Let me just keep going back and forth. H4191. Mawath. Right, to die. Have one executed. Right, but this is a verb, right? So it's to die. Let's continue. 2. Yes. Malah. Yes. Malah. That's fill. 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 To be full. Right, Malah. Malah is to fill, to be full. Eshalamat. Yashabakta to Officer Qadash Allah. H 4390. H43 Malah, H4390, fill full. All right, to fill, to be full. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see. So I'm gonna leave this up real quick, and then I'm gonna come get the next set. The next set. Let me see where we at. There. Next word. There we go. Malak. Next one. What number was that? Oof. 41, 42, 43. 43. Malak. Malak. H4427. Malak. So Malak is rain. Rain. Let me see what else. $44.27. So it's rain. So become king. All right, reign or be so it's to be or become king, right? So like let me to be. Let me just say become king. Right, be or become king. Right, and the scripture says it says that the children of Israel are a nation of kings and priests. Right, Christ cut the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Right, so this is of course Yahushua, who you know as Jesus Christ, is going to be the king, and so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to rule under Christ, right? And we're going to become kings and priests under Christ's authority. And if you want to become a king and a priest under Christ's authority, you must come into the ISUPK. There is no other place where you can become authorized. Right. And in here we fight every day like if Christ is coming back tomorrow. And when I say we fight, meaning we fight against wicked lifestyles in our flesh. That's what I mean. Hold on. So like let me get this. So this is H4427. right? Malak. So that's reign, which we have up there, right? King, right? To be, become king. That's what it is. To be or become king. And Christ is already king. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're going to become. So Christ is already king. And so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're going to become. And that's what we're fighting for. In the ISUPK, we are fighting to receive a crown. Christ says that he has many crowns. Let's go. 44. So we have Malak. We have Matazah. 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 Age 46, 72. Ma Tazah. And that's find. Find. Right? To attain to. Find, to attain to. So like H 46, 72. So Matazah, or Matazah, Salakia. Find, present, find out. To find, attain to. Right? To find. Let's keep it going. 45. There's Nagad. Nagad. H 5046. That's Nagad. And that's tail. Tail. 5046. Before I write this other, let me see. So let's go back. H 5046. Is it in there? So tell, declare. Okay, it is. To be conspicuous. Okay. Make known. Yeah. All right. Tell, to be conspicuous. Make known. Make known. All right, let me take this off. Right, so it's to Nagad, tell, to be conspicuous, make known. 46. Nagai. Na. Nagai. Nagai. H. 5060. Nagai, and that's touch. Reach, strike. To touch, reach. Strike. Let's see. Nagai, touch, reach, right? To touch, reach, strike. Right? Let's see. Let's go back. 47. That's Nawas. Nawas. Fifty-one 27. Nawas. And that's flee. Flee. escape. Right, to flee, escape. No, wow, I just keep going back and forth. Oh, so yeah, kind of. Let me just keep going back and forth just so we can know that this word does exist in the Bible, right? Because the Jewish man, if you go and you use the Jewish man's apps and things like that, you'll type in a word in the English and it'll give you a word in the Hebrew, but you won't find it in the Bible, right? So we only deal with words that are found in the Bible. So this is H 5127. Nawas, right? Flee, flee away, right? Flee, to flee, escape, right? Or disappear. I mean, it means you're getting away from the oppressor. And that's what a lot of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do wanna react to when they see the ones or the 12s, right? You're like, oh, the 12s are right around the corner. And you want to disappear, you want to escape or flee. Because why? Because you are doing dirt. But the brothers and sisters that are in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't even try to flee or escape from the oppressor. When we see the lights flashing, sometimes we will be like, man, I hope nothing comes up on my record, because we did have prior records, right? Before we came into the truth. Right. And one thing that the ISUPK can help you expunge your record. Right. We can help you expunge your record, but we don't think like that no more, because now we become perfect. We don't live that lifestyle. You're not going to catch us with, drugs or nothing that's going to incriminate us, because we have forsaken that lifestyle. Let me continue. Salakia. Let's get the next one. 48. So we are at Natha. So like Nata. Na. Nata. Na. H 5186. And when you write it, Nata. Nata, and that's stretch. Stretch. Right, spread out. Spread, I'm gonna just say spread. Yeah, I gotta say spread out because it is spread out. Extend. Extend. Stretch, spread out, extend. H 5186. Nata. Right? Stretch out, incline. Right? So stretch out, extend, spread out. Right? This is a movement you do with your body. You stretch your body, right? So like right here. I'm gonna get it again. So I gotta present this. So nata, right? And it gives you the strongs again here, 5186, nata. Right? Because everybody wants to say, well, who wrote the Bible? Well, what translation do you read? It doesn't matter. Let's go to the oldest translation there is, and let's look up these words. Once you show them the truth, and be like, well, who wrote the Bible? And then they go to who. First, they want to say, what version of the Bible do you read? You be like, well, let's pull up the one you read, right? And then we tell them, well, let's go to the old script. And after you show them, and then they say, well, who wrote the Bible? They want to tell you, man wrote the Bible, right? And then they was like, okay, so I thought you believed in the Bible. Now, when your doctrine gets cut, now is who wrote the Bible? Okay, I understand. You believe in your false leaders. That's what you believe in. You don't believe in the word of God. You believe in your false leaders. Let's continue. All right, we're gonna get the next set. So we at 49. 49. Naka. Naka. Let me get better. H 5221. Naka, and that's hit. So like give me Naka, or to hit or to smite. Hit or smite. Right. Again, we're going over 100 common verbs. So that's H 5221. Naka. Smite, slay, kill. So this is like a strike to unalive somebody. Right. So hit. You can also use it as hitting someone, right? But this is a type of hit you take on someone to unalive them. That's the type of action, right? That's the doing. All right, so smite, slay, kill, beat, right? Beat is used 9 times, right? That's beating is putting hands on somebody without unaliving them, right? But the majority of the times is, you left the person wounded. This is you have wounded, right? Stricken. So it's to strike, smite, hit. So you could use it as, putting hands on somebody, beating somebody, striking them, or unaliving them. Naka. Naka. So let's get the next one. $50. Nasai. Nasai. And that's journey. Journey. Let me see. What else we could get? So there's Nasai. It says to pull out or up. Let me see. It's to journey, right? H 5265. Nasai. So journey, depart, remove. Set forward, depart. So to pull out, pull up, set out. Journey. Just leave it as journey. Journey 51. Nepal. Nepal. Nepal, and that's fall. To fall or lie. Let's see. So that's H 5307. That's to fall, lie, be cast down, fail. All right, so it's to fall. fall. $52. Natazal. Natazal. H. $37. Natazal. And that's deliverer. Deliverer. Okay, so we'll just do it like that. Natazal. Deliver. All right, it has other meanings. 53. Nah, Nasha. H. Select it. Con. 75. Nasha, that's lift up. Lift up. Or carry, take, carry. Carry. Lift up, carry. All right. So Nasha, carry. $54. Lift up. Select one more. This is Nathan. Nathan. Right here, this is a word where you have an example how we have a double character, right? So we have a na in the beginning of the word, and then we have a na at the end of the word, and these nas are different, right? Because this na is only going to be used at the end of a word, and this na is only going to be used at the beginning or middle of a word. So Nathan, and that's H5414. 5414. Nah. Done. And that's give. Give. All right. To give. Okay. Nathan is give. All right. Let's see. Okay. We're going to get the last set. So Nathan to give. Salakia. So Sabah. Sabab. Yeah, okay. So this is H 5437. So Sabab. Go around. Go around. Right, to turn about. Sabab. 56. I'm gonna just write these out, then we'll go and get them in the Blue Letter Bible. Samak. Mak. Sa. Samak. H. 55. So this is Samak. And that's rejoice. All right, rejoice. Be glad. All right, we'll just leave it as rejoice. Rejoice. 57. Sapar. 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 So 08. Salakia. Samak. Okay. Sapar, and that's count. All right. To count. 58. We have I bar. I bar. I bar. That's 56, 74. I bar. And that's serve. All right, serve. Let me see. Okay, so serve. So 50. Then we have 59. It's like an I bide. So this is I bide. So like I buy. I buy. That's serve. $56.47. All right, serve to work. And then we have I bar. I bar. That's H. 674. I typed it in backwards. This one's 47. So like it. 47. And that's 74. So kind of that's why I got confused. So this is I bar, and that's crossover. Crossover, and there's also or pass to pass over. Crossover. To pass over. Through. $60. Izab. I Azab H 5800. Izab, and that's leave. Let's see. Leave, forsake. Right? So Izab. That's what a lot of brothers and sisters need to do. They need to leave or forsake that lifestyle that's disgusting. That's an abomination. Let's go into these real quick. So first we have Sabab, which is H5437. Sabab, and that's to go around to turn about, right? Turn about or around, going around something. All right. I won't say, but in the Hebrew Academy graduates should know the Zastep. They know what that means. This right here, right? I believe the Zastep is not the same as Sabab, right? It's different, but the meaning, right, to go around or turn about. Let's get the next one. That's Sabab. Then we have Imak. So like a Samak, which is H8055. Samak or Salakia. Let me see. Sa 8055. Maybe the word Samak. Shamak. Let me see. Okay, this is supposed to be Shamak, Salakia. Yeah, Khan. To rejoice, be glad. That's the one. Shamak. Let me look it up. Salakia. 8055. Shamak. Okay, so I have it on the word is wrong. Shamak is instead of Samak, it's Shamak. Right, which is rejoice, to rejoice. Let's get the next one. Next word is Sapar. H5608. Sapar. Sapar, which is to count, right? To count. The Sapar. Next one is Sabad. So like an Ibad. Ibad is H5647. Oh, Sabad. H5647. And it's Ibad. And that's serve or to work, right? To labor. And that's what we do in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. The scripture says the kingdom does not come by observation. You're going to have to serve the Lord. You have to work. That's the will of the Lord, right? To teach classes, go out to camp, right? Go in, we have food programs. We have anything. There's no excuses why you shouldn't be doing the work of the Lord. Sisters, right? Also, you could cook something up for the brothers that teach, you know, for the class. There's a high holy days. You could make garments for brothers. There's a lot of things, you know, you could be doing. You know, so I buy. Next word, H is I bar. 5674. I bar. I bar, and that's cross over, right? To pass over or through, right? Cross over. That's I bar. Next word is Izab. So like H 5800. Izab, and that's leave or forsake. Izab, right, and that's one thing we've done. So Izab, that's a word you should remember. When you come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, what do? You forsake, you leave that old lifestyle behind you. You do not turn over your shoulder and look back, right? You don't look back. You become better to do better, right? And that's the only way you can teach somebody. You can't tell anybody to be perfect and to be better if you're not living that lifestyle yourself. So I bad is to leave or forsake, right? And so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have to leave and forsake America. All right, with that, the water for everybody tuning in. I'm gonna get these security announcements. Before I end the class. So there we go. Security announcements. Let me up here. So this is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like, upcoming holy convocation. Holy convocations, and the upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of First Fruits. And let me get that date for you. The Feast of First Fruits is 50 days after Feast of Unleavened Bread. So once Feast of Unleavened Bread is done, you count 50 days. Right? And that's the Feast of First Fruits, which falls on a Salaki, where am I? Oh, is that the wrong one? Salaki. Okay, Salaki, let me, I think that's the wrong. Okay, Salaki, we gotta, I gotta get the dates for that. I gotta double check the dates. That's the wrong Holy Convocation calendar. I need the one for 2025. Okay. That's to be announced. All right. So if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. With that, we say one salute to the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barak Thumb. To all the brothers, Yahweh Shem Latam Bashem Yahweh Shai. To all the sisters, class dismissed.